Wow. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. So a couple minutes late here. Sorry about that. I was, just putzing around in here, trying to get things set up, trying a new thing, and well, next thing I know, I look down, it's 2:31. So anyway, Todd Rains here from Allen, Texas. 2:30 Todd with you with um, all things wood turning. So this live stream is going to Facebook and YouTube, and so join us there. Like and subscribe, whatever it is you do on those things, and then comment or chat. So this is live. So if we see chats, we'll put them up. And so anything any questions you have during the hour or so, let us know in the chat, and we'll look at those. So let me take a look at a couple of people dropped in. So Lowell, thank you for joining. Sorry, I was a little late. I saw your message and went, oh, I better get on. So did that. I see Chris is on. Thanks for joining, Chris. Better late than not at all. That's true. So my bad. I should have had a start banner up on the live stream. So, and Tony, glad to finally join us. Okay, enough razzing. Things get busy around here and stuff happens, but I'm glad to be here. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is usually a lot of fun every Friday. I enjoy getting out here. And there's Nick from San Antonio as well. So good to have a couple San Antonio folks here. So thanks for joining, Nick. These live streams, or this series, this is the part 2 of this 4-project series. 4-part project series, I guess, is really what I'll take a look. Take myself off there, and we can see what we're talking about. A project that's going to be in 4 parts. So this month of September, last Friday, we did this part, and let me see if I can cut over to that. That's going to be there. There we go. I've just put that on preview. So this is the maple, nice curly maple base we made. This is going to be the base for our, what would we call it? A towel holder, a hand towel holder. So I'll show you a picture of that now. So that is this thing. So this is one that's sitting in our bathroom at the moment, and it's about 12 inches tall from base to top, and then 6 inches wide or 5.5 inches wide on either side to hold hand towels. So this is kind of what it looks like when we got hand towels on it. Pretty ratty hang towel, but that's what we're working on today. So we've got the base done, and now we are going to look at the stem, the main stem, the main part, the upright part. So it's a bit of a spindle turning. So it's a good combination project where you do some faceplate turning and then spindle turning. So I haven't made one of these before, but we're kind of making this based on that design and just get in the workshop and see what turns out. So Glenn Dornack from Corpus. So we got a lot of South Texas folks joining us today. I'm glad to see that. Thanks very much for joining, Glenn. So let's take a look at the other part. So we've got the base, the main upright. And then we've got a couple of nice curly maple sticks that we're going to use for those cross rods. So, but as I said, I've never made one of these before. We're making this off this picture that we have, this one. And so today we're turning this part, and I have laid it out a little bit, just with some marks here that are kind of hard to see. This is a piece of walnut. There you go. You can see the marks. So we've got already the hole drilled through. This is all the way through. If I could show that magic of television. Ooh, there we go. So 3/8 inch hole all the way through. In the base here, I drilled a 1/2 inch hole about just over a 1/4 inch deep. And that's going to receive our tenon that's going to be down here. So if I just spin this kind of like that, you can see I've got a little bit of waste here for the point center. And by the way, we are using this little point center, the little Cindy Drozd mini live center with this one's an old one. It's got 2 points. I think it comes with 3, but I'm not sure. I have to check. You have to check your website. So that's in there, and I use that because this diameter here is about 3/8, or yeah, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe 7/16. Yeah. Anyway, for my 1/2-inch hole, I will make it just slightly bigger than that, and that way it's not in my way when I'm trying to get down to that diameter. So that is handy. Go check that out, cindydrozd.com. A good friend of mine. So as some of you may know, I've been co-hosting some of her meetings and stuff, so we get along pretty good. So let's see, Evening Todd from Facebook user. I'm assuming this might be one of the guys from overseas, maybe Chris, maybe who was the other guy the other time last weekend? I want to say Harvey. I can't remember. Anyway, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. So just to let's see, do I have this? Yeah. So these live streams. Here I am hiding back here again. It happen every Friday at 2:30. For this month of September, anyway, we'll do the 4-part series. So this is part 2, the second week. So glad you could join me. Spread the word. Let other people know. Have them tune in. And wrong buttons, Todd. I'll hide that. And whoops, wrong one. That's what we're making. So that's what I want to push. And let's get back to this. So the upper part here, I'm going to leave. So let's start back down here. So we got a little bit there. We got a little, over a 1/4 inch tenon. So that'll be the 1/2-inch diameter part there. Then above that, we've got a little section for a couple beads. Then we got a tapered sort of vase section here that you see in this photo. So that's where this section is, that sort of vase shape there. Then we got a little transition with a cove and a bead, and then a straight section. I'm not showing you. So here's the cove and the bead. Here's the straight section. Then we got room here for a little bit more cove and bead underneath that top knob. What I'm changing here is that top knob is actually going to be here. And I've left this square. So this is a 1.5-inch square. This is 1.5 inches. So I'm leaving it square. So this is a 1/2-inch section, and this will be a pommel cut of some sort. I want to leave this square so that when I turn these pieces that go into there, I'll have a square surface that can glue to a square surface. That is just a design choice, more for being able to get I don't have to match a curved surface to a curved surface here, so I'll leave that square. So that'll be on there, something like that. Doesn't really look good, that's like that. And then this obviously be turned, and we'll have a turning all the way down here, but at least this surface I can leave square on there. So that's the thinking. Whether it turns out that way, we'll see. So a couple of tools. So I want to first kind of define this pommel area a little bit. This top area, we've got a little waste wood, and then we'll have just a button top. I think I maybe sketched a little bit of stuff on. I can't see it, but just a button top, nothing fancy. So we'll round over most of this, but I want to get this pommel cut established here, and then round out the rest of it to maximum diameter, and then we'll make design features from that point of view. And I'm looking around for my safety glasses. They're up there. Okay, so let me get back to comments here. Good to have you here, Lee. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. So yeah, good to have friends back in here in the Friday afternoon. I do enjoy getting out here and doing this kind of stuff. It's a time for me to get out in the shop and turn. We do have We are getting very close to having the LEO drives, the 2-inch and the 2.5-inch ready. The inventory is here. We've got to work on a little bit of the labeling, packaging, and we'll be ready to go. So if I turn my speed all the way down, pull this on, and it spins, I can see those lines. So I'll come over here and we'll zoom in a little bit, and we'll focus on this area. And let's see what's up in there. Let's put that there, I guess. Or we could put that. That might make better sense. So we've got a little bit of wrong way. A little bit of stuff to guide us, these lines. I'm going to start to the outside of those lines with my pommel cuts, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to start it with the skew. I didn't get a chance to really sharpen or get to the grinder. So I'm just going to use my hone and keen up this edge a little bit on my skew. So the base of the handle's tucked against my left hip, and I'm just kind of rocking the tool around because it is a curved edge skew, and getting some honing done there. So I am going to point cut into the left side of that line, and we'll see how well this stuff behaves in terms of tear out. Let me just look at that again. I don't want to raise this rest a little bit. I think get a little top on this skew. And now I'm cutting out kind of on center. So there, get the speed up, double check, everything's tight. And I'm going to hit this camera just ever so slightly. And that looks good. Okay. So here we go, sort of entry pommel cut. Or just entry V cut just to see where it's at. I am not an aficionado on the skew, but we are doing the best we can. So let's take a look at how this is turning out and see if we're getting crisp corners. So we got nice crisp corners there, there and there. So this stuff is cutting fairly well. So I'm happy with that. We're about down around to round all the way around. And I'm checking to see how well I've centered this. Pretty well. It's maybe a little bit off, but it'll be good. Make sure I'm not going the right way, right? Yes. It's always good to check because I have been out here doing other stuff. So we'll move this pommel cut a little closer to my line. Clean that up down there. That's looking pretty good. No chip out. I'm good. Now we'll do this right up here next to the headstock. See how that looks. I'm not quite as steep an angle on this one, so I'll take another pass there. And I'm a little offset actually on my, so I may bring this up quite a bit more. Let's do that. I don't know how I got so, I didn't really measure, I just eyeballed. So my eyeballs are a bit off today. So let's go back and turn up the RPMs a little bit. See how that looks? A little bit closer, and we're just gonna maybe angle this one in slightly more. There, I'll just clean up that cut down there. It's a little ragged, and we'll be good. I think I got a skew line in there. That's my line, pencil line. Okay, looking good. I'm going to peel away this top section to round. I'll leave it there. I'm not sure what I'm going to design there yet, but that leaves me a little bit in there. And then we'll take a look at our picture for a second here. What does that look like? So I got a couple beads up here. So I'll take this to round cylinder. I'll leave this area down here. We'll have to clean up. And yeah, we'll go back. Okay, so let's travel down. I want to get that feature done. I want to go back down to, actually I'm going to, yeah, well, that's all got to be rounded. Everything else has to be rounded. So yeah, we'll just round everything over. Okay. So I'll move down here, drop the tool rest a bit, get the big rough and gouge out, and let me take this off and we'll just see the rest of this. Widen out a little bit. Now, I am going to lose the lines, but I was a little smart. I know, don't get crazy now. But I went through, and if I just bear with me as I pan through some of these pictures, we saw some of these last time. I took a still of where those lines are, so at least I have a reference that I can take a look at. So that's kind of give me an idea of what they where they are. So yeah. Anyway, so let's get back to this. Getting that some of that stuff up my nose. Not round yet, but close. Just about. Okay. Okay, not quite round all the way, but close. And we'll do one more pass here. I'll turn that on for a second here. This wallet is very dry and is sticking to everything, so I'm just trying to gather some of it off or get some of it off me. So yeah, if you got anything in the chat, any questions, let me know, and we will. If you have questions about this, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it this way, we'll be happy to answer those. Oops, I had this tool. Just finish it off with this. Getting a little too close to that pommel there, so I'll skew that last bit. Okay. I've got my calipers. I set those at 1/2 inch. Where's my 1/2 inch mark? Right there. So we'll do our tenon down here. I'm going to use, what the heck? Oh, my little magnet pickup thing got stuck. Use my beating and parting tool just to bring this down to diameter. And about that much, maybe a little bit more. Gonna use my thin parting tool now just to kind of so I need my 1/8 inch parting tool. This one's just a little too thin for these calipers. I didn't have that one out. Oh, for crying out loud. Cord. I really got to fix that. Okay, a little 1/8 inch caliper. Sorry, 1/8 inch parting tool with caliper in hand. And they were there right at 1/2 inch. You can see why now. You can't see why. I'd done this earlier, you would have seen. But I was here with the parting tool in one hand, calipers over top, and reaching those calipers, and they fit right over there now. The diameter of the Cindy Drozda Mini Live Center is smaller than the 1/2 inch, so I'm able to kind of use it without interfering with it. So other live centers are much bigger, so it creates a bit of a problem. So there's the start of that 1/2 inch tenon, and we'll take this down to that level now. Just kind of scraping a little bit now at this point, getting even with that diameter, and then we'll test fit it. Actually, we'll take this last. Yeah, we'll just test fit it now. Just want to make sure I'm getting closer to the right diameter. Yeah, that's a little tight right where it is. That's pretty good. I want tight, but not too tight. I want glue in there and stuff. Glue to fit in there, but this is going to work. This is a cup point center, a small point with a cup in there, so it grips this fairly well. Able to recenter very easily. So, okay, now I'm going to refer back to this picture, not that one. This one. So now we do a little bead down at the end with then the start of the onion. So let's make some marks here. We've got our tenon. We're going to cut off this little bit here. So our tenon will be that long. Then we've got a bead for about 1/4 inch. And then we got about about that much in terms of a vase shape. A couple more features above it. This is our main straight section. Up here we've got top, we got a couple of beads, so that'll take about 3/4 of an inch. And then let's see, I got a cove in here and another couple of beads. So let's go back here and just widen this out a little bit. So here's our bottom beads. Here's our vase section there. Above the vase, we got a cove. Then we got a couple of beads. And then we got the straight section all in here, which maps to that sort of picture. So that's what we're going to got to do. Okay, so let's know this is going to be skinny here and fat there. So let's take some material out. Yeah, how do I want to do that? I think with not a skew. Where's my gouge? I'll just use my bowl gouge. I'm kind of comfortable with that right now. That didn't quite center up as well as I wanted it to. There we go. I missed the hole. That's the one. Okay. There we go. That's running true. So let me take those lines all the way around. There. 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 And then this one, I think, is up around here somewhere. Okay. A little bit of speed. And these featured dimensions are probably going to change, quite a bit from the diameter I have here, because I am not really wanting a big, heavy piece. So these diameters will probably, let me just take a look at that picture again. There's the bead, and then it just kind of, I wish I had a closer up picture, but that's, I think I do actually. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so that's what we're going to look at. All right, it's fairly straight sort of cone shape or onion shape, vase shape down here. And it's going to be a lot thinner than this. This is going to be a couple of oops, that don't matter. That's probably as big as I want it. Okay, this is going to have to come down. So I don't want those quite as big. I want this thing to be a little bit more delicate than And let me take a look at the base. I want to kind of see. This base platform is about 1.5 inches total. So if I bring that in, I want a base. It's probably 3/4, maybe 7/8. That's looking pretty close. So I think that's where we want it. What I do want to do is I want to make sure that this part here is undercut. So I'm just going to use my beading and parting tool. Just kind of come back in here. I'm going to go off axis a little bit and make sure that that's undercut. I want it slightly undercut so that it will sit flat on this rim and not interfere, not have it interfere with the gluing surface. So I think that will work. That's undercut. That's about the right size. And now a few little beads on. I don't want to put that there. Where is? Oh, let's start with the. Little spindle gouge. And then we'll do there. We'll leave that as a sort of a bird's mouth or whatever you call it on both sides. Just kind of making this design up as I go. Maybe that should be I think that'll be a smaller bead. That's going to work better. I'm trying to replicate the sort of Art Deco look to this thing, and the Art Deco look to the base where we got those rolling humps. So that's what I've decided to kind of try and replicate a bit here. There, and then maybe a little fillet in there and then a rollover. And then just kind of design on the fly. There we go. And I wonder if I can do this. Right into there. What was I using before? My bowl gouge. Then I got to look at the picture again. I got a cove up there and a bead, kind of repeats this up there. So, okay. So let's do that. It's just a smooth cove off that top. Okay. Let's take this down. Yeah, let's take this down a little bit. Get it out of our way. And then start defining that cove. That looks about right. A couple of beads, flats. Okay. And then let's finalize this. So I really don't know how well this is going to, if I'm going to be able to get all this done today. I feel like I need to take that's what this a little bit bigger diameter, so take it down a little bit. Okay, back to this little guy. Oh, let's do a parting tool cut in there, or a skew cut. And we'll do a little thing up there. Do a little thing here. I don't have very good contrast back down there, very good lighting here. Yeah, it's all right. Picture again, and we got a larger bead. I'll put a little thing up there, so put another bead up here. I didn't do a full bead like this picture, but we're just kind of doing a little bit different. So we'll do a full bead there. I'm going to peel this down. We got took a lot of wood away down there, so we got to be a little gentler with our cuts. A smaller blade. Let me take the beading parting tool. This middle post is going to be about that diameter, thereabouts. So we'll roll this bead. I'm really not good at rolling beads, but I'm giving it a shot. Come over and come back this way. Roll this side now. It's not bad. Gotta get this side. A bit more defined in there. This might be a good skew practice thing, a little point down, sort of. That'll stand out relatively well. Okay, now let's move our tool rest. Move the camera a little bit. And peel this down. I don't have a final feeling yet as to what that diameter is, but Eating a bit of walnut there. Okay, so let's see if we can't skew across that. I'm not going to be able to get all the way up in there. And I just want to check my tool rest is not quite parallel. Eyeballing down the tool rest to meet up with the, make sure it's parallel with the bed lathe, and I can use my skew to kind of get a nice, hopefully, even diameter. I'll have to go the other way. Not really used to going the other way too much, so, but being able to do things with both hands, both sides. Feels pretty good. I don't even know what size that is. Let's take a look. So we're just about 7/8. So this diameter is about the same diameter as that, which is kind of nice. Just a little bit bigger. It appears maybe an inch, but we'll have a 7/8 inch gluing surface on the underside of the platform, the base. So yeah, about 7/8. So good. Okay, so we're getting there. Let's see. We got Joaquin's in the house, another South Texas boy. Thanks for joining, Joaquin. Appreciate it. And Michael McEwen from Victoria, British Columbia. It's good to have you guys here. So Joaquin, it is a neat little project. It's this little thing, a little hand towel rack that sits on the countertop in our master bath. And I thought, well, why not make it out of some pretty maple and some, nice colorful walnut or nice dark walnut. So that's where we're at. I should go through and do some sanding on this guy. I'm going to finish up these knobs. Knobs. What do you call knobs? Knobs or beads. That's what they call them. I'll finish up these beads up here, and then we'll switch back. Let's take a look at the picture again, see what's up there. So it is a couple of just rolled beads, similar to this one down here. I put a bead in a bird's mouth here instead of a, what they got there. But this works. I think I like this better. So a little bit more angular, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe I'll roll that in, make that thinner. I always got to kind of look at it in terms of proportions. I think it's going to be okay. I think if we take a look at the whole picture, wide out a little bit, I think from a size perspective, that's going to be okay. This might be a little top heavy. So what I may do, and I cut this square on the table saw, 1.25 inches. So what I may do is when I get this thinned down, is sand these flush, maybe these sides flush, thin it out, one way, and maybe leave wide the other way. Not sure. I'll see. Maybe I'll take. I don't even know what the dimensions are in the real one, the actual one. All I got is length. I didn't really take diameter dimensions. So, I guess I'll show you the plans I'm working from. That's it. So 4.5-inch outside diameter, 11 inches long, and these little guys are 5.5. That's my plan. That's all I'm going by. Besides the picture. So that is what I'm working with. So I don't know how you guys work in your shop. I know others plan out and do very detailed drawings and stuff like that. And certainly if you're a production turner, you need to kind of start that way and make sure you're meeting spec and stuff like that. But if you're just in it for the fun and gift giving, then that's what can you put up the picture again? Okay, so there's the picture. Here's some scale. So that is that middle rod is 11 inches tall. So this thing stands probably 12 inches in total. And the little arms at the side are about 5.5, 6 inches. So you're about 12 inches across the top. So not very big. Sits nicely on a center console or a center vanity countertop. And yeah, so that's what we're doing. Yeah. So okay, let's. I'm at 5:20. I got 10 more minutes. So let me make sure I clear that thing there. I want to get this kind of in the right place. We'll turn these last beads and figure out. I think we're going to put a cove in here. Not quite sure. We'll just see how my tools react to me. So I want about the same size beads. So probably about there. And maybe there. Of course, these are going to be, I should turn this down a little bit smaller. Well, we'll start this way and then we'll go smaller. By smaller, I mean smaller in diameter. Because I left this section a little wider than down there. So, get over this section. And we'll just peel this down a little bit. So there's the start of our beads. Wrong tool. Wrong tool. Right tool. There we go. That's probably close to the right diameter. Could probably use a slightly smaller tool here, but this is what I got in my hand. That'll work. And this side, I'm going to get this out of the way. We're going to make a nice cove here. Let's fill it in a cove. Out of the way for a second. And then pull that over. There's the bevel. A little too tall yet. It's pretty close. This one's just a bit big yet. Not sure how I like that yet. Maybe the same on the other side. I got to be careful where my lower point is. And a little bit more cleanup on that bead and in the cove, and a little bit of sanding, and we'll be good to go. So we just do this. Get in there. Find that a bit more. I'm going to actually take this in. Do it this way. Just a little bit fat. I ruined it. There we go. There we go, Todd. Well, let's take the see if we can salvage that little bead. See what damage we did. We have to go a little thinner, a little smaller diameter. So I still got a tear out in there. So maybe a single bead and a larger cove, or maybe we match this. That might be easier. Might be better. I think I like that idea. This is way too big, so this is going to have to come down. Debating what to do there at this point. I think definitely bringing the pommel in. If I think about these, because I'm looking at the proportion, the whole thing, it's way too heavy up here. I'm gonna have a 3/8 inch tenon here, so I can do 1/2 inch and have a 1/16 around it. I have a long tenon because I've got lots. Well, depends how much room I leave it. So it should be strong enough. And so I don't need a whole. Definitely don't want these this big. How big is this? So this is what's going to happen next time, because we're out of time, or just about out of time today. This is 1 1/8 inch. So these crossbars will actually probably be close to 1/2 inch, probably at the most. And so if we do 1/2 inch, there's a lot to take off here. So I got 1/2 inch centered on that 3/8. So we go there and there. So I could probably take off where those lines are, actually. I'll show you those lines. So I think I'll thin this pommel down to there. So, well, that's a little skewed. Probably the top there. So let's do it on the other side. Redraw it. So probably there. And there. Oh, you're not seeing that. Shit. Okay, so I've drawn a couple of lines there. That, I think I'm going to skinny this down to that. And then we'll see where we're at. So it'll leave more room for a button top. It'll leave more room for another sort of matching sort of cone shape at the top, which I think I like that better, or maybe some sort of flowing vase shape. As I said, I may end up, instead of leaving this sharp corner here, I'm going to round it over like it is in the picture. I think, because that's going to flow better with the roundedness of the base. So actually, let me do that and do picture in picture. So the roundedness of the base here you see in the base there. I'm going to round over the vase, the base, bottom vase part to do that same thing. So this is all about, okay, making a little mistake, but it's actually, didn't you turn that on? It's actually a way to design on the fly. So camera, what about the camera? So we got somebody asking. I don't know if it's Chris. I don't know if it's some other. It's probably somebody on the Woodturner's retreat page. I'm streaming to. So let me know what you're talking about. I've got 4 cameras here. I've got the overhead. We've got the tailstock camera, and we've got a wide shot camera. So, and then of course the headshot camera, which is me on green screen. So. So cameras overhead, tailstock, or wide. Let me know what you want to know about. So I think we'll call it there for today. Let me know in the comments or in your chat if you know how this went for you. For me, it was just kind of let's get out in the shop and make this thing. I really didn't have a whole lot of a plan, but I'll finish it up and come back next week, Friday at 2:30, and we will make the arms or the the towel holder part. I'll probably make one ahead of time, maybe part of it, and then turn the other one to duplicate as best I can. I'm not really a duplicator, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you got any questions about me, about Woodturning Tool Store, let me know. Again, hit the like and subscribe, and come back next week. We'll see what we're up to. For all you folks out there, thanks for joining. My name is Todd from Woodturning Tool Store, and I should do this behind, not that behind me, that behind me. This is my company, Woodturning Tool Store, and you can reach me at those places up there. Todd at woodturningtoolstore.com. My phone number is there. It's a USA number, so certainly get in touch, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye for now. Oh, I gotta hit the button.